Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. If you enjoy my reading, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. That way you will be notified when I upload new readings. Now today I will be doing a general monthly reading for each of the astrological signs for the month of November 2017. I'd like to remind you, though, that as the reading focuses on general energies surrounding us for the month of November, the messages may or may not resonate with you. For a more personalized reading that focuses specifically on you, please contact me at the email listed in the description box and the About section of this channel, changingphasestarot@gmail.com. You can also find pricing for readings and more information about what types of readings that I offer on my website, and that is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. You can also join me on my Facebook page, Changing Phases Tarot Readings, right? And that way we can sort of exchange messages if there's anything, any questions you might have, or any specific comments or questions related to the readings that I post. We can do that there. Now, for the monthly reading, I will be doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread, plus one additional card from the bottom of the deck. That will be for the overall energy of the month, using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. Then I pull one additional guidance card from the Soulful Woman Guidance card deck, right? That's an oracle card deck. And one card from the Soul's Journey Oracle card deck by James Van Praagh just to complement our reading. So I'm wishing you all a very wonderful month of November, right? Hoping that it sends many wonderful things your way, especially, spending more time with friends and family for Thanksgiving at the end of the month. And I will see you in 1 minute for your reading. Hi, Virgo. Okay, let's get into your reading. So we are using, again, the Crystal Visions Tarot deck, and we're looking for the energies surrounding the Earth sign Virgo for the month of November 2017. Spirit, please show us, what does Virgo need to know in the month of November 2017? Spirit, please give us the messages for the Earth sign Virgo for the month of November 2017. Messages for Virgo for the month of November 2017. What does Virgo need to know? Please show us the messages for Virgo for the month of November 2017. Okay. I have already meditated and shuffled off camera, so this was just to give us a final shuffle here. Okay. So I will pull the cards and show you them, and then I will pull the other two guidance cards, and then I set everything up so that we can see it a little bit better. So what we have in the is the main message here. We have card number 9, the Hermit. Okay, this is Major Arcana, the Hermit. What's crossing that, so the obstacle, what's crossing it, is the King of Swords. The foundation for the reading, the Queen of Pentacles. In the past position, the Ace of Cups. Crowning your reading, the King of Cups. The future position, very nice, the 10 of Cups. You in the reading are Major Arcana number 18, the Moon. Your surrounding energy, so the energy in your environment, is the 6 of Wands. Your hopes and fears, the Queen of Cups. And the outbound energy for the month of November. Oh, wow. Major Arcana. This is number 7, the Chariot. And energy at the bottom of the deck, 9 of Swords. Okay, that will be the overall energy for the month. Okay, let me pull one card from the Soulful Woman Guidance card deck. So, Spirit, what additional message do you have for the Earth sign Virgo for the month of November 2017? One additional message for Virgo for the month of November 2017. What else does Virgo need to know? One card for the month of November for Virgo. Okay, well, this one fell out, so we will take this. Soul's Truth. I love this card. It's card number 8, and it says, I listen to my soul's simple truths and allow my life to unfold naturally. Okay, and put this over here. The last card that I will draw will be from the Soul's Journey deck by James Van Praagh. So, Spirit, one additional card for the Earth sign Virgo for November 2017. What else does Virgo need to know? One additional message for the month of November for the Earth sign Virgo. What does Virgo need to know? Okay, this one flipped over. So we have freedom. And it says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Okay, so let me set these up, and then we'll get into the meaning of the reading and see how all these cards kind of tie in with each other. So I will be back in 1 second. All right, Virgo. So I tried to position everything so you can see the cards here. Let me move that 1 second. So we have here for the month of November, at the center of the reading, we have number 9, the Hermit. Okay, and this again is Major Arcana, right? This is a card of introspection. It's a card of sort of taking time out to figure out what's the best thing for you to do next, right? So it's a card that has to do with retreating from the world, going within. It's a very solitary card, right? Going within to figure out a deeper meaning, or to figure out, something that's very significant in your life that you're trying to make a decision on. So this could be a time where you, put certain projects on hold. You really, you spend time doing whatever meditative practice that you use, to really reflect on things and to reevaluate kind of your goals and what you want in life, right? And if the current path that you are on is the right one for you, and if it isn't, what do you need to do to change that? You see that the Hermit, she's holding here the light, right? And so you're trying to follow this, right? Trying to follow this guiding light that's going to lead you on, on your path, and show you the way where you need to go. And so it's you looking within, right? Trying to find that the light, sort of the soul's light, that inner light, to guide you as you move forward. What's challenging this card, or the crossing card, the obstacle or possible hindrance, is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is, we have quite a few court cards in the reading, and I'll get to all of them, but we know that when court cards appear in a reading, they can either be actual people that we're dealing with during this period. It could be an event, right? Just sort of energy surrounding an event, or it could be the energies that you are taking on at this time. So the King of Swords, if this is a person that's crossing you here, right? Somebody who might be, either hindering or possibly helping you, but it's a crossing card. This would be an older male air sign, because the Swords card, this is air energy. So this would typically be an older male, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man, though. We know that in the general readings, they're really not gender specific, because I'm reading for so many people. But, you know, with the King of Swords, this is somebody who is very, he's very just, right? We know that the suit of air, or suit of swords, has to do with the intellect. So it's all about, you know, cerebral energy. It's all about communication. So this is a very good communicator. It's all about sort of mental energy, possibly conflict, right? But conflicts and resolution. And usually they're, you know, it's sort of powerful energy, because it's our thoughts. We know that our thoughts are very powerful, right? What we think, we become. So the King of Swords, he's a very honest, forthright man, right? He's very calm. He definitely uses his intellect, right, over his heart in making a decision. So he doesn't, if there's a head or heart decision, right, after taking time out here with the Hermit, he will always go with his head, right? So he's, you know, he doesn't usually like to display his emotions. He's very, he's a more serious character, but somebody who's very truthful, you know, and it's kind of in this position of power, right? He looks very regal in a position of power. Generally, we associate this card with people who they could be in, like in law enforcement, or have to do with the courts. This could be sort of a lawyer or a judge or something like that, because it is somebody who is, you know, who acts based on his reason, right, and is a good communicator. So you could be seeking the guidance, seeking out the help of this person, right, or this person could be helping you in some way, or might appear during the month of November, or this could just be you needing to take on this very, you know, intellectual kind of energy during the month of November to deal with whatever you have coming up. And we'll see more how this plays out as we move through the reading. What you have at the base of the reading, so the foundation, is the Queen of Pentacles, right? So this is earth energy, right? And obviously you are an earth sign, Virgo. If this is a person, again, this is a court card, so this could be an older female earth sign, so either a Virgo, right, like yourself, or a Capricorn, or possibly a Taurus. But I love her on this card. She looks very regal, right? She's the typical sort of earth mother, right? Very grounded. You can see I love this card, as she kind of blends in with everything. We have the beautiful crystals around, coming up out of the ground. We know that the sign of Pentacles, or earth, it's all about, you know, the material things manifesting in the material world, and all of the abundance that goes along with that. And the Queen of Pentacles herself, she is, I mean, she's a very down-to-earth woman, right? She's very resourceful. She's very generous. She's kind of like the, you know, the big caring mother who is always there, to sort of the earth mother. She cultivates everything, sort of everybody around her. So, and she welcomes everybody with a very open heart, right? So this could be an older female earth sign, or this could just be the energy that is surrounding you, or that you are taking on, right? And it definitely has to do with you know, something to do with material possessions. It could have to do with a job, right? Finance, business, work, prosperity. We know that as a queen, she's worked quite hard to be able to get to this position. So she's worked long and hard. So this is not money that sort of comes overnight. It's something that has, you know, she has worked towards, and she's learned how to be very resourceful, and she's learned how to accrue all of the material possessions that she has, right? And, you know, setting with all of the roots very firmly grounded here in the earth, right? So whatever she has here, it's not going anywhere, right? This is very stable. It's something that's very stable at the root of the reading here. In the past position, there's the Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful card to have, right? Cups energy is water energy, so this is all to do with our emotions, right? Our feelings, how our emotions and feelings kind of influence us and push us through life, you know, on our path. And yes, it has to do with love as well, right? Relationships and love. The Ace of Cups in the traditional tarot deck, it's that divine hand coming out of the clouds, right? Extending the chalice of love, right? So it's an offering, a new offering of love coming in. So this is a very beautiful card. So it does represent sort of this outpouring of emotion, new love coming into your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be like romantic, although, you know, we do tend to tie the Ace of Cups to like this new sort of proposal or, you know, new offering of love. So this could be with a sort of a, you know, a marriage proposal, something along those lines. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could just be an offering, a new offering of something that brings great joy to your life, right? That fills your heart with great happiness, with love. But it doesn't necessarily have to be, right, love, like a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be, you know, another type of new offering. But what we have crowning the reading is another, actually sort of surrounding here and on this side, we have just all water energy. So that's interesting. So what we have is the crowning card, right, or what's on your mind and your thoughts, is the King of Cups. So again, this could be an older male water sign. If it is, then that would be, you know, an older sort of Pisces male or Scorpio male or Cancer male. Doesn't necessarily have to be, right? This could be also a female, although the Queen of Cups appears here, right, in the hopes and fears position. But this person, you know, the Cups, again, loving energy, our emotions, and the King of Cups is, he's a very caring, he's a strong person, but he's a very caring person, right? He's a very compassionate, highly intuitive person, right? But he acts as, since he's a king, he does act very fairly. He acts, he's very diplomatic, right? He's able to resolve situations, diffuse tensions, but it's all done from the heart, right? From the heart, his heart space. So unlike the King of Swords, who, you know, he handles everything based on his intellect, this king handles everything from the heart, right? So he's very caring and very fair and resolves whatever it is from the heart. Coming up in the future, you have the Ten of Cups. This is a beautiful card to have in the future position because it's the happy home and family card, right? And it's a card of peace, of joy, of complete happiness. We see here this, you know, happy family pictured here on the card, right, and underneath, or actually in the water, underneath the light of the moon. So it's you know, it's this perfect blending of love. It's what began with the, you know, after the Ace of Cups is the Two of Cups, which is sort of the soulmate card, right, in the minor arcana. The Ten of Cups is kind of the culmination of that, right? It's the happily ever after card. So they're very, you know, feeling very blessed, feeling very happy. This is a beautiful energy to have in the future position. So this could be, you know, since it's mirroring the Ace of Cups in the past position, this might have been a new offering that came in the past, right? Could be with this King of Cups here. And whatever it is, it's going to last, right? I'm kind of getting here that there's it's more of a sort of relationship reading than anything else, just based on these cards and what we have over there. But there might have been a new offering, right, or a proposal that came in the past, right? So before November, could be in the months of September, October leading up. possibly with this water sign male here, right? And what's coming up is just happiness. And, with this grounded energy of the Queen of Pentacles here, this is something that's, it's not a fly-by-night kind of thing. It's something that will last. So it's a lasting relationship. I had to move these around a bit. They look a bit strange over here. But you in the reading, you are the moon, right? So another major arcana card, another card that, indicates a high level of intuition here. And we see that if we look at the Cups cards, right? All of the Cups cards, because they have to do also with intuition, our emotions, and tuning into the intuition, you'll see that they all have moons represented on them in some form. So on the Ace of Cups, we have the different phases of the moons. King of Cups is a full moon, right? We have just a little sliver of a moon on the Ten of Cups, right? Another full moon with the Queen of Cups. And obviously on the moon card, we have the different phases of the moon and the butterflies, representing rejuvenation, renewal, rebirth. But the moon card itself is a card that there's a lot of sort of psychological, what would I say? A lot of psychological energy tied to the card. So it does have also to do with, your thoughts and kind of the shadow side of yourself, that type of energy. But it also has to do with psychic abilities. It has to do with the subconscious, intuition. And if we think about how the Sun card in the major arcana, the sun shines its light on things. It warms everything. It brings life. It shines light onto a situation, right? The moon, even though the moon gives off a light, it's never that bright. It's always a little, it's a little dim. There are shadows involved, and usually when we think of the shadows, it's because there's still something that's a bit hidden from us. So if this has to do with, a situation, something going on around you, there could be something that you're uncovering, right? This card, as this is you in the reading, it could be you uncovering something. It could be uncovering, something with regard to a certain situation. It could be you discovering something about yourself, especially with the Hermit as at the center of the reading. This could have to do with you kind of facing past fears and heading on to, to continue on with your journey. It also tells us, it's a card that, or encourages us to look out for, so if things are hidden, if we're trying to find out the answer to something, and if we're having difficulty finding it, tap into, maybe not so conventional, right? Might be a little bit unconventional for some people, ways of finding that out. Maybe through dreams. Pay attention to your dreams, right? The moon is very linked with the subconscious, with our dream state, with our dreams. So pay attention to messages that come through that way. Pay attention to, to your intuition, right? It's a card that really does encourage us to pay attention to that, right? As we move forward on our path and try to figure out, the next steps for us. Whatever's going on, in your environment, it's a big yes. So there's a Six of Wands. That's the victory card. Wands energy is fire energy, and the fire suit is all about action, right? It's very creative energy, positive. This is a very positive card, right? And the suit of Wands, it can have to do with sort of something artistic, or it could have to do with a creative project. Because it's all about our ambition and, the courage to kind of push forward and make things happen. So it's the action card, right? Very active, fiery energy. And with the Six of Wands, we see the man here, he is the victor. And you can see that even though he still has these 5 wands, right, kind of facing him, he is up here. So he's at a higher vantage point, right? He's above everybody else. So he definitely feels like, even if he went through the 5 of Wands, which is the card before this, which is all about competition and sort of power struggles, he came out a victor, right? So it's all about being vindicated, right? Struggling to make it through something and emerging as a hero. So he's, he's standing there. He has his crystal ball in one hand. He has the lion here, which is a symbol of strength, right? So, if this was a difficult, or if this, if you might be having some type of difficulty here or here with the Hermit energy, and even I haven't gotten to the overall energy here yet, but with the Nine of Swords, whatever it is, you're coming out victorious. And you have two victory cards here, the Six of Wands and the outbound energy of the Chariot, which are two wonderful, powerful yes cards. So I wouldn't worry about whatever this is, and that's why I left this till the end, because when I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's not that great to have the Nine of Swords as the overall energy. But I do feel like, well, let me finish with this. I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm sorry. So continuing on, what you have in your hopes and fears position is the Queen of Cups. Again, more Cups energy here. And similar to the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups is this could be an older water sign female, again, right? Or could just be, the energy of this Queen of Cups. And she is somebody, she's very, very emotional. She's very warm, very sensitive, right? She's very nurturing. She's honest, right? So it's that sort of warm and loving spouse, compassionate mother. Yeah, and if we look at these two cards, right, and her over here, this as a a hope or a fear, this could be you hoping that you in this new relationship, if this does have to do with children, right, or having this family, it's you hoping to be this caring, loving, wonderful Queen of Cups. Or, doesn't have to be a queen, could be a king, right? If you identify, with a king. Or it could be you, fearing that maybe you won't be able to be this, caring, wonderful, mother figure here. So I think that it really does have more to do with your fears than anything else, just like here, but they're really unfounded because what you have in the outbound position is the Chariot. So, the card number 7, Major Arcana, the Chariot, it's all about pushing ahead, right? So whatever you took time out to figure out here, you've managed to uncover it. I think you're uncovering whatever was hidden, and whether this is, actual information or something about this situation here, or maybe this was just you kind of coming to terms with your own fears, right? With your own, like being more authentic to yourself through this. You're being, you're achieving victory here, right? And you leave the month charging out of the month with the Chariot card. And, the Chariot card is all about, it's strong energy. It's pushing ahead, right? It's a card of victory, of feeling very self-confident. Very focused, right? Being successful. And on this card, it says, woman, she's controlling. We have the white and the black horse there. So it's that sort of yin yang, the duality, controlling the masculine energy with the feminine energy. We have that here as well, right? We have with the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups. So it's harnessing all of that in order to kind of, be the most authentic, the best version of ourselves, harnessing both energies, being analytical, but at the same time being very caring, right? So the Chariot card, it's it's somebody who's feeling very self-assured, somebody who she knows that she has the control and the willpower to achieve victory, right? And that's how you are charging out of the month, Virgo. You're victorious. So, that's why, like I said, I didn't want to start off with this because I feel like even though I guess it's not that great to end with it, but let me explain how I read this Nine of Swords here and then, try to tie it in with the rest of the cards. So the Nine of Swords, this is much like the King of Swords, right? This is air energy. So our thoughts, right? Cerebral energy, what's going on around in our mind. And it's sometimes known as the nightmare card, the Nine of Swords, because in the traditional deck, it's the person sitting up in the middle of the night in bed, not being able to sleep properly, right? It's a card that's kind of linked with regret or guilt, despair. Somebody who's, and on this card, it kind of shows she's just frozen, right? All of the sword suit, it has a lot of ice and snow, and it's very gray. So she seems like she's paralyzed here, right? She's sort of frozen in the ice, feeling very paralyzed. But it's mainly by fear and doubt, right? Her own doubt, her own fear, unable to move forward, right? But basically, we have, the 8 swords here, which if we think of the 8 of swords in the deck, it's that card of the woman, wearing a blindfold. She has all the swords around her, feeling as though she's entrapped, like she can't escape, right? But actually, if she would just take off the blindfold and walk through the swords, she would get out of that. So here we see the same 8 swords, sort of not entrapping her, not encircling her. We have the ravens looking down at her, kind of waiting for her to pick up this knight sword and move on, right? So, what I get from this card and, with the rest of the reading, it seems like there's some type of, there's some internal work that you need to do, right? And this is really, it's more about facing your fears, right? Releasing, getting rid of those the negative thoughts, facing whatever fears there are, and understanding that they really are only fears, right? Taking this time out, reflecting on things, because what the rest of the cards here, taking out those 2 cards, it's just all positive, right? It looks like there's beautiful energy related to love and relationships, possibly, a new relationship coming in. If you are already in a relationship with a partner, this could be a proposal coming in at this time. What you have in the future is this beautiful, happy home and home and family, whatever family means to you. Family can mean many different things to many different people, but it's happiness going on there. But you need to uncover this. You need to face, right, your fears. Because ultimately, your fears, they are unfounded. You're going to be victorious, right? When you face those, you have victory here. And it looks like, whatever this relationship is or this new offer, it's here, it's a long-term one. This isn't something that's going to just begin and end. This is something, that has great stability here. So, a very beautiful reading, but it's also sort of asking you to work on yourself a little bit, right? And it's funny because the 2 cards that we have here, the 2 oracle cards, really kind of mirror that, right? I will read you. I usually read for the oracle card portion of the tarot reading. I usually like to read from the guidebook because it has a very sort of comprehensive, overview of what the card means. So I'll begin with the card number 8, which is Soul's Truth from the Soulful Woman deck. And this card says, "My soul is moved by simple truths and authenticity. The path of the soul can be different from that of the rational mind, and it can take longer to reveal itself." So here, the head over heart, right? Today I listened to my soul, so you're listening to our heart. I asked myself, what do I really want? What do I really need? Whether I am at the beginning, middle, or end of a phase, I embrace this moment for the wisdom it brings. I allow change to occur naturally. I wait to see what unfolds, what shows up for me. I give space to the unknown and to myself. Intentions and goals can sometimes be a list of shoulds and must-dos, but soul speaks a different language, one that's free of conventional agendas and ideas. Therefore, I am willing to take time to simply reflect on and appreciate where I am right now with the Hermit, rather than feeling I need to push to create something new. And the affirmation is, I listen to my soul's simple truths and allow my life to unfold naturally. Okay? And the other card, which is Freedom, it says, Your soul is open to receiving new wisdom and insights that will allow it to make the right choices for its own growth. Remember, you are never a victim of other people or their circumstances. You have complete control over your choices. By following your heart and being authentic to yourself, you present the real you to the world. So finding out, right, who you really are. Making decisions based on other people's expectations is not the true path to happiness. You are responsible for creating your own reality. When a soul shifts to a place of honoring itself in its totality, free from judgment, only then will it find its true freedom. Every soul is unique and follows its own path. Don't give in to peer pressure or the urge to fit in. You are the only one who truly knows the real you, so feel free to march to the beat of your own drummer. So I like that. I think that those really tie in very nicely with the message here, right? And needing to be authentic, not giving in to these negative thoughts and, you know, whatever's making you feel trapped, right? Really face those fears and you know, go with your heart, go with what your soul tells you, because you're going to be you're going to be victorious. So I like this for you, Virgo. This is a very nice and powerful reading for the month of November. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. All right, I look forward to reading for you again. I will be putting out the mid-monthlies around the midpoint of November. You can also check out my channel for the weekly readings, the extended weekend readings, and the daily tarot snapshot. So I look forward to seeing you again, and know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye.